So if you guys recall the last video about Sarah Boone, she was on the phone talking about how she is going to give her speech and she just doesn't want to get interrupted. She needs to say what she has on her heart. She needs the judge to hear it because he's a piece of shit. She needs the jury to hear it because they're uninformed. And she needs the family to hear it as well. You know, it's just, she needs to spread all of her gold and all of her forgiveness. Okay? She was really amped up about that shit. She could not wait to get into trial and just spew her nonsense.
In my wisdom and with all of my repairs, then, now, and ongoing, God is, has been, and will always be my artisan. All of my gold is forgiveness. This has held me together, made me shine brighter, and overcome the damage caused by George Torres, the Torres family, the justice system, Orange County Corrections Department, social media, scoundrel detectives, infamy, defamation, ongoing constitutional rights violations, second-degree murder, forced into being pro se.
And now we come into another call where that's all over and they gave her life in prison. Probably not what she was expecting. Life without parole. You know, they're asking questions like, well, do you get parole or how does this work? How's it? No. You're in Florida. You're going to jail for the rest of your natural life. You know what I mean? Now she's on the call wondering why the judge was so unfair and why nobody liked her. And maybe we can get an appeal just because the judge rushed along the ending statements. Man, listen, you do a speech like that and you wonder why you get the maximum penalty. She was probably going to get that regardless, but that gave them even more conviction to go ahead and give her the max. But anyways, let's go ahead and check this thing out. You know, shout out the prosecutors. They gave her no mercy. Let's see what Sarah had to say.
What are you doing driving around?
I'm not. I just stepped outside. Just trying to get some fresh air. How are you doing?
I don't know yet. It's not quite sunk in yet.
Was that life without parole, or what is that? Or is that life with parole at some number of years?
He didn't say, and that's one of the things that a lot of people apparently are asking, where it's like, so what are her options?
So whether nobody's asking that question. I'll tell you that much. Nobody's asking that question. She needs to go to the jailhouse prisoner or the jailhouse lawyer that's doing life themselves. And you just need to pose the question, hey, you know, Judge Kraynick, think he's an asshole. He gave me life. What are my options? You know what they're going to tell you? They're going to look at you with a blank stare and say, none. What options do you think you have? He didn't even list out my options. I don't even, like, what should we do now? The best you could do is appeal this shit. I don't even know if she's able to.
Everybody's saying, like, he was more interested in just, you know, throwing the book at me and saying, life in prison, you know, and then he, like, closed his book and then got up and left out of the courtroom. Like, he was more interested in saying, people apparently are asking, where it's like, so what are her options? And everybody's saying, like, he was more interested in just, you know, throwing the book at me and saying, life in prison, you know, and then he, like, closed his book and then got up and left out of the courtroom. Like, he was more interested in just saying that, hey, you got life.
He wasn't considering any letters, anything. Like, he knew.
Nope. I love you for saying that because that's what Lana said and James. And then, like, my other friends are...
It's not flattering. I love you for saying that. Listen, I told you from the start. We started this video yesterday, right? I told you from there. None of these witness statements do anything. Character statements, witness statements. At the end of trial, you just get to say some shit to get something off your chest. Whether that be good or bad for you, you can do it. She's over here acting like that was going to change something. Man, these character witnesses, the 7 of them from prison, are not going to be a big... They're not going to be a big weight on your scales of justice. You know what I'm saying? It's not. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is what you would call a broken rib. If you notice, there's a divot right here compared to the other side of my body. Those are 2 inwardly bent broken ribs, and they could have been normal. But why aren't they? So I was a lot younger at the time, and I was really into BMX. Long story short, I'm on my way home, and a car from behind me is coming so fast to where he runs me off the road. I fall, I crash, and I break my ribs up. Now, me and my family could have taken legal action, but what goes into everybody's mind the second they think about legal action? It's going to be too expensive. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring up the biggest injury law firm in the United States, Morgan & Morgan. They will take your case, and they will only pay themselves if you win and you get paid out. $25 billion and 500,000 clients is a lot of money. And that's how much accumulative money they have won over the years. This is why they can afford to have you come in and they only get paid if you win. If you have ever been injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. And you could do that by clicking the link below or check out the QR code that we're about to put up right here. And you could get your claim started today. I'm so thankful for Morgan & Morgan and the sponsorship. Shout them out. And let's get back to this video.
He had his mind made up before I even walked into the courtroom. So it was just like he was waiting and hurrying up for everybody to hurry up and say what they were going to say, regardless of what it was. Jesus Christ could have come down from the heavens himself, and he still would have found me, life in prison.
I mean, I knew he was going to sentence you over the plea deal, but I was like, I thought it was going to be like 20. You know, in some ways, the fact that this is such a harsh sentence. I mean, it sounds fucked up, but it's like more arrows in the quiver, maybe.
That's what I thought, the same exact thing. I love that you know what a quiver is. Like, that's the $1,000,000 question. People don't, if you were to say, what's a quiver, they would have no idea. It's the little things that I love about you. Like, I pick up, I'm like, this guy is great.
Like, I could just date him. He knows what a quiver is. I could just imagine ourselves drinking vodka together, beating each other when we get too drunk. You're one of those guys. You know what a quiver is. I like you. Man, fuck out of here. This is one of the most blasphemous bitches out here as well. I will say that, because she just said Jesus Christ could have come down and it still wouldn't have changed the sentence. Ma'am, Jesus Christ is not coming down for you. There's other things happening. What? Why would Jesus Christ come down and say, no, she's innocent? You're a murderer. You're a murderer. And at the same time, she's trying to jazz up Mr. Pete over here to be like her jail boyfriend. It's weird. So you're a conniving bitch and a murderer. Why would Jesus come back for that?
I turned around, and then I was like, where is he? Where is he? Oh, that must be him. Oh, and then I turned around, and I'm like, that has to be him, because I saw your shirt. So thank you for having. And I didn't see Julian.
Oh, he was sitting right next to me. He was kind of blending in. I think he's got a cold, so he was probably, his head was turned because his like nose and ears are stuffed up, so he was like turning his head to try and listen better. I don't know.
I was looking for him, but I totally didn't see him. I had a direct shot at you. You were in complete clear view the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did he tell you that I talked to him this morning?
He did. So I sat outside the courthouse and waited for him.
James?
And he came outside and he was doing all these like news interviews. And I got to talking to someone. As soon as the news interviewed, he tried to like boogie it out of there, and I like took after him, and I caught up to him, and I jumped in front of him, and I was like, James, and he was like, oh, hey, Pete.
Shut up.
I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I definitely said, hey, can I walk into your car? And we got to talking. He told me he's going to be seeing you tomorrow. I have a visitation with you tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Okay, well, I don't know how that's going to work. Like, how did you schedule it for 9 a.m.?
I don't know. Should I change it? I mean, I could probably change it for later.
And for those of you who don't know, James is her actual attorney. Okay, so James is the one who was collecting the letters, who probably presented them to the judge, this, that, and the other. Pete's just a random guy, right? James is her actual attorney, so she's sending Pete, just some good patron trying to make a documentary, you know what I mean, to go after her lawyer and grill him about the legal things on her case. Like, what is wrong? Like, come on. The reason James boogied it out of there was because he's not trying to talk to you guys. You know what I mean? Like, Sarah's the most delusional person on this planet. I guess they had some type of a weight in this type of a situation. I guess they were able to get some type of information, but nothing serious ever happened with this team that Sarah's created. All she's doing is ranting and raving and bothering people. Almost never does something ever get done. Even the attorney they try to get with her can't show up, doesn't show up. They can't, nobody wants to work with her.
Change it for later because I don't have any idea anything about this dorm or, officers. I know nothing about it, and they just told me I have 1 minute left. Like, there's crazy people in there. I walked in here, Peter, and this one lady, she's like, she's a fucking murderer, Why are you being nice to her? She's a fucking murderer. And, like, 4 of the officers had to go over there and, like, detain her and almost spray her and all this other stuff. So that's what I walked into. Like, this is maximum, where there's, like, serious murderers and killers and, like, the worst of the worst of the worst are in this dorm. This is me telling you this. So, I don't even know what...
Yeah. Can you get put in like protection, like protective custody?
Man, listen, one thing I'll tell you is Sarah, I said this on the live stream, Sarah doesn't need no protection. She says, "Oh, there's real killers in here. There's real killers in here. They're real." No, you're the real killer. I bet you nobody in that prison on that level has ever killed their boyfriend by suffocation in a suitcase. That's special, Sarah. The reason they already know about you is because you're infamous. You're a murderer. Why are you being nice to her? Come on. You're the danger. You're walking up in there like, "Ooh, there's real murderers." You're one of them. You're right there with them. Might as well go make friends. Y'all gonna be in there for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be shy now.
Oh, well, I'm behind a closed door that nobody can touch me, and because I'm
Okay, good.
A capital felon now, I come out on my own, so there's nobody ever else out here or anywhere in the shower with me, so I love that. But, listen, can you please
Yeah.
change your time? Please change the time.
I can do it at like, yeah. But isn't James seeing you at 12?
No, I think he said he's coming to see me at 2.
So the way our conversation ended, Sarah, is he said, okay, we'll work on getting a new family law attorney for her down in Florida. He's okay with me reaching back out to all the people I reached out to get a good number. He said I'll throw in a little bit of money. I told him that, and I said, and then we get the right firm. We can also get involved. He said, okay, I'll support that.
Oh my God.
And he said, after I'm done with Sarah, I'll call you. But, that's all great, and it was a great conversation. Is he going to do that? I don't know.
I don't know. Listen, really quick, but listen, please, call me tomorrow.
Please.
Or whatever
I will.
presentation you got to do, and if it's not...
Real quick, please. Hold on, real, please. That means shut the fuck up.
Tomorrow, do it the next day, please. Whatever, and you're freaking leaving. That's the other thing. So please, God, whatever you can do in your power, do it tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Tomorrow day, because it gets me out of my cell. Can you please?
Well, you can't do 9 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, I can. I just don't know, like, with what's going on in the dorm. I have no idea, like, schedules or, how anything works around here yet. That's what I was going to try and do something. I don't even know where the video visitation, the Carol... No idea.
So you need a little bit of wake-up time to kind of coordinate.
See where I am. Listen, I had 5 officers take me over here with a corporal. You have no idea, Peter. You have no idea. So, like, there's a lot that I can tell you, but I want to have... Oh, my gosh, wait, Peter, you don't even know. Did you hear me say that this is the edited version? Did you hear me in the beginning say that this is the edited version?
Oh,
Yeah,
I forgot. So she's still bitching and yapping. It's crazy how vindictive and vengeful she really is. She still can't let go of the fact that the attorney didn't let her read her entire statement. You know what I mean? She's still bitching about the speech that she was going to give that didn't go off flawlessly because she had to edit it. This is the reason they gave... Listen, I have a theory that they probably would have given her like 25 years or 20 years if she didn't read that speech. You know what I mean? Like, that speech is what set everything off. It just ended the case perfectly. Nobody will feel bad with you doing life in prison after that shit. And you're over here on the phone call still bitching about how you didn't get to read the full version of it? Lord have mercy. Man, you know to her dying day, she's going to have Kraynick in her mouth. Whoa. She's going to have Kraynick's name in her mouth until her dying day, for sure.
Did you hear me in the beginning say that this is the edited version?
Yeah, I did.
This is actually an edited version. I had a lot to say. I've had a lot of time to think about things, and I didn't really know how to put it on paper. And I didn't know how much I could say or how little I should say. So what I have here is, like I said, an edited version.
Darling, I took out, James begged me to take out the part about Kraynick and the part about my prior attorneys. So if you think that kicked ass, if I were to have read the entire speech completely whole, I don't even know what you would.
But it was probably...
If you think that kicked ass, just imagine how I would have gone in on the judge who was literally holding my life in the palm of his hands. Just wait until you hear the full version. This man, lock this bitch up for another life sentence, man. Shit is crazy. Bury her in the prison yard so her body could rest in prison. The fuck is going on here?
really smart thing to take those out.
I know.
You know, you really kind of focused on what mattered, which was I
Yes.
didn't get a fair shake. There's a lot of stuff that wasn't.
A
Oh,
lot,
and
a
by
lot,
the
a lot,
way,
a lot.
I also wrote tell you are a really good writer.
Oh,
No, gosh, thank you,
chef's
thank
kiss,
you.
Sarah.
You know, once I'm a very driven person, as are you, and I think that you and I have that. It's a great comparison between the two of us.
Yeah.
So I know you understand it and you appreciate it. So like, if you tell me to write something, you better believe.
You see how she tries to pair him up as the match made in heaven? You see, it's like me and you. You have such a good vocabulary. I write really well. It's like we really work out together. She's trying to do that. I wouldn't call it love bombing, but this is what you do when you try to manipulate somebody. And the only way she knows how to manipulate, clearly, is sexually. Nobody wants that, Sarah. You know, it's crazy how me and you, we just really lock in, and it's like we work. Do you feel that? It's like we have a synergy. It's crazy. Do you feel that, or is it just me, Pete? Darling, bitch, get that shit the fuck out of here. Like, and I will say, Sarah is not a good writer. Maybe she is if her mind isn't just fried out of her head, because she does have a good vocabulary. But when you read her letters, her thoughts are all over the place. Part of being a good writer is having cohesion and making everything kind of flow together, right? Her shit sounds like a schizophrenic person and their thoughts, speaking to the demon people and shit. That's what she sounds like when she writes a letter. So I don't know what Pete's talking about.
I'm going to go so hard. Yes, you're not even going to be able to catch me. So I try to do that in everything in my life. So
It was good.
And I figured, Peter, I'm going to redefine success.
Okay, so this sentencing, Sarah, is obviously, you know, not what we wanted to hear. I don't even want to say it's a setback, because it is what it is. We are in the same position. We still have to do the appellate thing. We just got to dust ourselves off
Period.
and keep going, right?
You know, listen, please make sure you talk to him about the appellate attorney. And I was with you. I'm like, whatever you want to share with him. If you're going to do something on your own with Julian, then don't bother him with anything, okay? Because I just want him to do what he's going to do with whatever it is he can. But if I can go through you, because you answer your phone call and you genuinely care and you make time for me and you understand and provide feedback, okay? Like, he doesn't do that, and I have to catch him, and I told him that, and I was very angry with him today.
Talking
So
shit.
anything that we can sever ties with him, sever ties. If it's something that you and I need to do, we can do together, or with Lana or whatever it is, it's fine.
And you know, she's a snaky little bitch. This is why she never had anybody in her life. If we could sever ties with him with anything we're doing, just sever ties. You know what I mean? Bro, both of these men are strangers to you, and you're already trying to form a clan in the corner. Oh, we could just exclude him because he doesn't do every single thing I say when I say it. So we could just exclude him. These two know each other way longer than they know you, Sarah. Man, listen. This is how I knew that this whole thing was going to fall apart, because you could tell Sarah's just all over the place. This is how I knew they weren't going to get any real information on the case, because she's already trying to set up like enemies and shit. Wild woman.
Legalistically, if he needs something or we have a question, then don't think that I won't hesitate to call and ask him. I love you. Listen, hold that thought. 5 officers are coming my way, telling me to get off this phone. They have to handcuff me and take me back to my cell. Can you please text Brian? I'm coming right now. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Get the phone number from Lana. Please text Brian to tell Lucas that I love him. And
You have 1 minute
I will.
remaining.
Man,
I love
shit.
you. Come see me
Okay.
tomorrow, but later in the day.
Okay.
Come see me tomorrow.
All right, cool.
I hope he never did send that text to Brian. Man, I would delete the number. Oh, hey, by the way, Sarah said to tell Lucas she loves him. Boy, deleted number. Blocked. Fuck you talking about? Who's Sarah? She don't give a fuck about that child. She really doesn't. Lucas is just leverage. Lucas is like a name that you can use in conversation to make people feel bad or good about themselves, depending on the situation. Lucas is an idea. Lucas is not a real person for Sarah. She don't give a fuck about that kid. Like actual child needs and nurturing and all that shit. Sarah don't do that shit with Lucas. Never did. That's just my opinion. But anyways, I'm going to get back with you guys real soon. We have another case that I'm going to try to drop today. That's why I'm doing this video pretty early. I'm going to try to drop that as well because we have to talk about the Rob Reiner situation. But until then, folks, I love y'all. Check out my other videos on Rob Reiner because we're about to start diving into that as well. Shout out Third Rail True Crime for the video. I'll see y'all real soon. Peace.